Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Monday Mindset Motivation. I trust everyone had a great weekend and that you're looking forward to an amazing week. I thank you all for joining me this morning, and I just want to remind you that there is a group called Manifest Your Greatness Now, and that you are more than welcome to join that group. Also, go right ahead and share the broadcast so that our friends can join us this morning. As you can see, I'm a little later than normal because for some reason the internet was just not working as normal. And in fact, if you guys are hearing me clearly, let me know. Give me some thumbs up or some heart so that I can know if you're hearing me. Good morning, Nigel. Good morning, Mr. Hamilton. Good morning, Alan. Thank you all for joining me this morning. And for the past week, we spoke about the importance of changing your thoughts so that you can change your life, so that you can step into the life that you have always desired. We talked about transcending that whole mind block of not being able to do more and to be more, and to realize that when you begin to change your mindset, you can start to manifest the life that you were meant to live. This morning, we're talking about something else. It is still part and parcel of the whole scope and notion of personal transformation. But what we're talking about is the importance of not dwelling on your past so that it cripples your ability to move into your future. Yes, good morning, Mr. Hamilton. Thanks for joining, guys. And remember, go ahead and share the broadcast so that our friends can join us as well. Again, this morning, because I am later than normal, I am not going to keep you for an extremely long time. I know it's the first day of the week. Mondays are usually the toughest, so I want everyone to go to work with a different mindset. So, of course, some of us are on jobs that we do not enjoy, and so we hate Mondays. You never see anyone saying, thank God it's Monday, but people are always saying, thank God it's Friday. I want you to change your mindset and realize that Mondays are great. It's an opportunity for you to make a fresh start, for you to approach the week with a blank slate. No matter what happened last week or over the weekend, you can turn a new leaf and start afresh. Thank you for sharing, Mr. Hamilton. So yes, Mondays are great. And if that's not your mindset, start to adapt that mindset because it is the truth. So here is the thing. Most times when you hear people talk about do not dwell on the past so that you can move into your future, they normally look at it from the perspective that if you had a horrible past or if you had some bad experiences in your past, then it would do you well to not dwell on those bad experiences because they can somehow hamper your ability to step into the fullness of your future. And I agree with that. That is true. But this morning, I want to look at the whole idea of letting go of your past from a different perspective. Of course, like everything else, there is this sense of duality where, of course, there's a bad past and then there is the good past. Now, today I want to focus on the importance of not dwelling on the good past. Yes, you heard me correctly. My idea that I want to share with you this morning is the importance of not getting hung up on your past accomplishments and your past accolades, but to understand that this too can prevent you from stepping fully into the amazing future that you can have. So this morning, the topic is do not dwell on the greatness of your past. Now, all of us, at some point in time or another, irrespective of the bad experiences that we have had, we have done some great things. Whether it is a minutiae like coming first in your class in grade school, or just helping someone to cross the street, or getting some unexpected money. Whatever it was, whether big or small, we have had some great accomplishments or some good times in our past, and that's good. And likewise, most of us have had bad experiences. This morning, I am talking about the importance of not allowing your past accomplishments to inhibit your ability to push yourself and to constantly evolve into that amazing person that you can become. Remember, I always entreat you to manifest your greatness now, to have presence in the present, to be here, to be fully engaged right now. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you understand that what you have already done is in the past and that your potential that is still within you, you owe it to yourself and those who you are called to serve to manifest that potential. In the book of Isaiah 43 verses 18 to 19, we are almost impelled to let go of the past. In fact, the scripture uses strong words. It says, forget the past, forget the former things of the past, and don't dwell on the past. And the scripture goes on to say that I'm doing a new thing. Now, contextually, that scripture was referring to the people, the children of Israel, and what they had experienced before they started to go through the wilderness to go to the promised land. And some of them, as you know, when they were complaining in the book of Numbers, they were talking about the fact that even though they had experienced harsh time in Egypt, they were able to eat meat and all the amazing things. So even in the midst of adversity, they were able to remember that they had some great experiences in Egypt. And in the scripture, they were entreated to not just focus on those good experiences, but to understand that even as they're moving onto the promised land, God is about to do something even greater. I submit that your best life is yet lived. Even if you have had some amazing accomplishments like graduating with your PhD before the age of 30, or doing something significant, doesn't have to be educational, but something significant before the age of 30 or before the age of 20 or whatever it is, I put it to you that you have it in you to go beyond that and to do even more, and that you owe it to yourself and to the people you are called to serve to invest in you continually, irrespective of what you have done already, so that you can become the best version of yourself. That is why this morning I am saying to you, do not allow your accomplishments of the past to inhibit your ability to maximize that potential which is still left inside of you. Many of us have done great things before, myself included. I don't have to pinpoint specific things, but many of us have done great things in the past which we were lauded for, which other people acknowledge, and that's amazing because it's an example to show others coming up after us and looking up to us that they too can do amazing things. But here's the idea. You don't want to plateau. You don't want to get to a situation now where you climb, you rise, and then you get to here, and all of a sudden, you just can't seem to go beyond this because you feel like you have done everything already. Even though that is highly unlikely, because human beings have the idea always in the back of their minds that more is better. So we're always yearning for more. But sometimes we look at more as more money or more material things. No, the more that you should look at is the more that you can be, the more that you should be. The fact is that if you're still here, you have the ability to do some more things. You have the ability to influence some more people. You have the ability to still do and be better than you have done before. And that is why this morning I am saying to you that irrespective of how great your past was, don't allow it to hamper your ability to transition to the future, to a greater future. Because I believe that you can do even more. In that same scripture that I referenced in Isaiah 43 verses 18 to 19, I was looking at a commentary on the scripture. It came from Ellicott's commentary. And they were saying that even though, like I said, the Israelites had experienced some amazing things, God was saying to them, I am doing a new thing. Something that you have never seen before. Something that you can scarcely imagine. But here I am, I'm doing a new thing. And within that was the whole plan that was there from before the beginning of time, that the Messiah was going to come and he was going to basically absolve everyone of their sins. So that was a new big thing beyond what they could ever imagine. And he was saying that I'm doing a new thing. Today, I am saying to you, be prepared. Tell yourself, get ready to do a new thing, to reveal yet a bigger, greater, amazing you. Because you are older, you're wiser, and I submit that you are stronger. You are stronger because despite the adversity, despite the odds, you are able to overcome them and to accomplish the things of the past. So you are stronger than you were even then. And if you accomplish those things back then, going through those adversities, overcoming those mountains, then definitely you are able to do even more than you have already done. Because you were able to do what you have done in the midst and in the face of adversity. So the point is that if you put everything that you have accomplished so far and all the growth that you have experienced into, channel all of those things into the person you're trying to become, you'll realize that that strength that you have developed will allow you to transcend and to surpass that which you have already accomplished. So even though it may not make sense to you right now, just allow what I'm saying to sink in, because you have the ability to manifest your greatness even now. You have the ability to accomplish a big future tomorrow if you believe that, and if you're willing to stay the course. If you're willing to accept that you have done some good things, but that you can do more. If you're willing to realize that your past is not who you are right now, that your potential is still in you, and unless you do anything about it, unless you do something about it, it's going to remain potential. It's going to remain what you're capable of doing, but you will never do it unless you make a deliberate, determined effort to take some action. You see, no matter how great your dreams are, no matter how amazing your desires are, unless you decide to take some action, unless you put deliberate effort into moving, then it's going to be just a dream. In fact, it will just remain a wish. You have to be ready to take action and not to get hung up on what you have already done. Sometimes we get on social media, and for whatever reason, no matter, maybe based on the emotions that we are experiencing at the time, we get on social media and we share with the world that we have done some great things. Oh, I had such an amazing weekend. I did this thing. I spoke at this conference. You know, whatever it is, and we share it with people, and that's good, because unless it is because we're prideful and we want to show the people that we're better, most times it is that you want to show someone, a part of you want to show someone that they too can get to that point if they develop themselves and if they invest in themselves. But what I want you to realize, that while you're sharing that with some people, you need to also go a step further and share with them that if you can do it, they can do it too, because that is a truth. We all have the ability to transcend those barriers. We all have the ability to move through those adversities and to overcome them in our own time, but overcome them so that we can accomplish the things that we have always desired. The burning desire that you have in your heart right now, even though it may look impossible, even though it may look as though nothing is going to happen for you, and that your dreams cannot become a reality because you're faced with this big mountain. I'm just asking you to have even a small amount of faith in your abilities. Believe in yourself. Believe that if you have already done some great things, you have the ability to do even more. And even though right now you can't see how, that is not a problem. Because as you take that first step to accomplish your greatness, as you take that first step to do some more, as you take that first step to start working on yourself and to continue to invest in yourself, and I keep reminding you, despite what you have already done, you'll realize some new things about you. I spoke briefly on procrastination last week, and I said that that has been an enemy that I have grappled with for a very long time, and I'm still grappling with it. Sometimes some of us procrastinate so much that in the midst of procrastinating, we learn some new skills, totally unrelated. You have something major to do, and you sit down and you develop this amazing elaborate plan, but then you get distracted and you start watching YouTube videos on maybe how to apply makeup or something, and before you know it, you learn how to apply eyelashes, something you couldn't do before. And this is not a confession, but maybe not in that context, but even myself, I'm guilty of it, where you procrastinate so much that you learn something new that you didn't even intend to learn. That is showing you that you have the capacity to do more and to be more. So don't give in to the whims of procrastination on the basis that you have already done great, so it's okay. It's never okay. Unless you're pushing yourself to constantly become better, to be better than you were yesterday, then it's never okay to accept mediocrity. And if you don't continue to invest in yourself despite what you have accomplished already, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish, mediocrity. I was reading a quote last night by an author. Her name is Mimi Novick, and she said that the past is somewhere we can never walk. We can only go there through our memories, but the future is somewhere where our footsteps can take us. Our footsteps can never take us to the past. In our minds, we can walk backwards, but we can never literally walk into the past. Footsteps are there to take you further. So you have to realize that if you want to make an impact, if you want to leave a legacy behind, you have to continue to invest in yourself. As the world is changing, as the technology is advancing more and more, you have to move with it. You have to continue to add value to yourself so that you can now add value to other people. You have to understand that a part of letting go of the past is letting go of your past accomplishments and realizing that even if you have done some great things already, you can do even great things or greater things in the future. You have a responsibility to manifest your greatness every day. You have a responsibility to the people you are called to serve, to constantly invest in yourself and constantly develop yourself so that you can offer more, so that you can offer more value to other people, so you can help to enrich them and develop them. So ladies and gentlemen, as you venture into this new week, as you take on this new day, remember at the beginning, I invited you to look at Mondays with a different perspective. Most of us become overwhelmed with the idea of Monday, and when we remember that on a Sunday, when we remember that tomorrow is Monday, we just become overwhelmed. I remember one time I was listening to a motivational speaker, and he said that the most common time when Americans experience a heart attack is on a Monday morning between the hours of 8 and 9. And even though that sounds hilarious, it's probably true. But the fact is, sometimes we're going to jobs that we do not like, and there's just the whole idea of having to get up and go to those jobs, it becomes so overwhelming that we may experience a stroke or a heart attack. It would be a travesty if we allow ourselves to fall into such ditches when we're still here with that potential wrapped up inside of us and that ability to do more and to be more. So this morning, I invite you to begin to change your perspective on what Mondays really are all about. And the same idea that you have, the same feeling you get on a Friday when you look towards a weekend and you can say, yes, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. I want you to start to develop a mindset. Thank God it's Monday. Thank God there's an opportunity for me to turn a new leaf. Thank God there's an opportunity for me to start a blank slate, for me to turn over a new page and to put the past behind me and to begin to realize that I can create a fresh set of rules. I can create a fresh to-do list of things to accomplish this week. So ladies and gentlemen, Mondays are great. I love Mondays because like I said to you last week in our last presentation, it's all about the conversation that's going on in your mind. And you can train your mind to believe what it is that you want to believe. And a part of developing that positive mindset is to realize that you can change the course of your conversation that's going on in your mind so that your perspective will change. That's part and parcel of changing into that person which you can become. So again, I invite you to change your perspective about Monday. If in fact you're one of those persons who think that Monday is the worst day of the week, start realizing that it is one of the best days of the week. It is what you make of it. So today, make Monday your opportunity to turn a new leaf. And you will soon realize that no day is a bad day unless you make it that way. As long as you're alive, as long as there is breath in you, you have the ability to accomplish some great things. You have the ability to do more than you have ever done. But stop thinking about bad days and good days. You see, we exist in the constant state of duality. So there is this push and pull of good versus bad, big versus little, better versus worse. Stop allowing that tug of war to take control of your life and understand that there is just a state of being. That's all there is. There's no comparison. Don't allow this notion of duality to take away from your joy, but just be. Be the best that you can be. So as we end this broadcast at your leisure, maybe on your break time today, I invite you to go back and listen or watch the broadcast from the beginning so that you can remember that you have all the ability, you have all the potential still inside of you. You have the ability to transcend any barriers that have come up in your way. You have the ability to do even more than you have already done. You have greatness within you. And you owe it to yourself and the people you are called to serve to manifest that greatness now. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a wonderful day and God bless you all. Peace.